Saturn is the most beautiful planet in our solar system, and it might be the one place humans will never reach. Not because it's too far, not because we lack the technology, but because Saturn itself is designed to kill anything that gets close. Every probe we've ever sent has either been destroyed, lost contact, or been ordered to crash itself into the planet before it could suffer a worse fate. And the scientists who planned those missions knew exactly why. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why NASA has quietly accepted that Saturn is a one-way trip, and why the next mission to get near it might be the last one we ever attempt. Let's start with the distance. Saturn sits 1.4 billion kilometers from Earth. At the speed of a commercial airplane, it would take you over 170 years to get there. Even with the fastest spacecraft humans have ever built, Voyager 1, the journey took 3 years and 2 months. And that was a flyby. It didn't stop. It couldn't stop. Because here's the first problem. Saturn has no surface. It's not a planet you can land on. It's a gas giant, which means the deeper you go, the denser the atmosphere becomes. Hydrogen, helium, ammonia clouds, and pressure that increases the further you fall. If you tried to send a crewed ship into Saturn, the atmosphere would crush the hull within minutes. Not days, minutes. At around 10,000 kilometers below the cloud tops, the pressure becomes so extreme that hydrogen stops behaving like a gas. It turns into a liquid metal. A glowing, conductive ocean of metallic hydrogen that wraps around the planet's core. No human ship could survive that. No machine we've ever built could survive that. But the atmosphere is just the beginning. Saturn's magnetic field is 578 times stronger than Earth's. And inside that magnetic field, there's a radiation belt so intense that it would fry the electronics of any spacecraft within hours. This is the same type of radiation that killed the Galileo probe at Jupiter. And Saturn's version, while weaker than Jupiter's, is still catastrophic for anything with a processor. Then there are the rings. From Earth, they look elegant, delicate, almost peaceful. But up close, the rings are a high-speed debris field. Billions of chunks of ice and rock, some the size of grains of sand, others the size of mountains, all orbiting Saturn at 60,000 kilometers per hour. A single impact with a pebble-sized particle at that velocity has the kinetic energy of a rifle bullet. A crewed ship wouldn't survive crossing them. And then there's the thing most people don't know. Saturn has a storm at its north pole that has been raging for at least 40 years. It's called the hexagon, a perfect six-sided storm, 30,000 kilometers wide, with winds reaching 500 kilometers per hour. Scientists still don't fully understand how it formed, or why it holds its shape, or why it doesn't dissipate like every other storm in the solar system. And at the planet's south pole, there's another storm with an eye 10 times larger than any hurricane on Earth. Saturn isn't just inhospitable, it's actively hostile. But here's where it gets worse. In 2017, NASA made a decision that seemed insane at the time. They took the Cassini probe, a $3.26 billion spacecraft that had been studying Saturn for 13 years, and they ordered it to destroy itself. They sent it on a suicide dive directly into the planet. The official reason? To protect Saturn's moons from contamination? Cassini was running out of fuel, and NASA didn't want to risk it accidentally crashing into Enceladus or Titan, moons where alien microbial life might exist. So they burned their own billion-dollar spacecraft. And in Cassini's final transmission, as the atmosphere tore it apart, it sent back something unexpected. Readings that didn't match any model. Magnetic field data that shouldn't exist. A gap between the rings and the planet where there should have been dust, but there was almost nothing there. Empty space, where physics said there should be particles. Scientists are still trying to explain it. So why don't we just build a better ship? Send something tougher, something shielded. Here's the uncomfortable answer. We can't. To reach Saturn with humans on board, you'd need a ship massive enough to carry years of food, water, oxygen, and radiation shielding. That ship would need a propulsion system that doesn't exist yet. Chemical rockets are too slow. Ion drives are too weak for crewed missions. Nuclear propulsion is banned under international treaties. And even if you solved all of that, you'd still have to bring the ship back. Because Saturn has no surface to refuel on, no resources to mine, nothing to land on. A human mission to Saturn isn't a trip. It's a one-way sentence. And there's one more thing. Something most space agencies don't like to talk about. Saturn is slowly losing its rings. Data from Cassini showed that the rings are being pulled into the planet at a rate of several tons per second. In about 100 million years, they'll be gone. Which means, on a cosmic timescale, the window to see Saturn the way it is right now is closing. We are the last generation of humans who will ever see Saturn with its full rings. And we will never, in our lifetimes, get close enough to touch them. Saturn is a reminder of something uncomfortable. Not every frontier is meant to be crossed. Some places in the universe exist to be observed from a distance, studied, admired, but never reached. The next time you look up and see that pale yellow dot in the night sky, remember this. You're looking at something no human will ever stand on, something no ship will ever orbit safely, something the universe has decided to keep for itself. Follow Space Pulse, because the universe is full of places we were never meant to go,